went to the left, he moved his hips to the other side, we circled, and we brought his hips to the other side. And you see how my knee is, once again, on his thigh here. So now from this position, what do we want to do? Initially, we're going to have the collar, and then now we're going to switch our left hand that was on his thigh. It's on his thigh here. We're going to switch thumb down on his belt. So his belt is right here, right? We're going to put thumb down, just like this. And this is going to allow us to really pull ourselves as we put this shoulder pressure here. So again, we're in this position. Once again, the knee is on the thigh. We have the collar, thumb down. We're putting pressure on his shoulder, on his sternum. And the whole idea is to make his back flat, like this. We're trying to make him into this really, I would say it's an uncomfortable yoga stretch, but it's really a nice yoga stretch. And then we're gonna put pressure. And how I'm putting pressure with this back grip here is like this. So I have my thumb inside. I'm kind of pulling, and once I get in tight, I'm gonna pull myself. I'm really using all my muscles here to pull myself into him, okay? So again, we're here. We're finally pulling ourselves into him. Now this hand that was on the collar, we're gonna switch it to this tricep grip. Because the last thing we want is for him to get up to his elbow and ruin the position. If he gets up to his elbow, I'm gonna have to do a lot of other steps in order to pass the position. So we're just gonna grab this tricep and pull it to me. And now from this position, we have all our powerful controls. This knee that's in between, we're actually gonna put that on the mat behind his legs. See? So it was here, and we're bringing it behind his legs, okay? Now we're gonna start walking his hips up, to get him nice and crunched up, while putting shoulder pressure into his sternum. And now the cool detail here is we open our left knee and trap his hooks. Now why are we opening the left knee? Because it can be very, very difficult to trap his hooks if we don't, okay? So again, we're here, we open our left knee, and as you can see, I'm always on my toes here, guys. I'm never like this, because then I can't put pressure forward. If I'm on my toes, I can always put some sort of pressure forward. I open my left knee, I trap the hooks, and this little space that I just created is where my right knee goes. And I walk around. And now, we kind of did this pass, I believe it was Thursday night, and we did it last Saturday, so we're actually gonna add in a back take to this as well. So what are we gonna do? This left hand that's on the belt, left hand on the belt, we're gonna switch high, and we're gonna start putting pressure underneath him, like this, to make him turtle a little bit. And as I see that he's gonna turtle, my right knee comes up to the back of his hip, and then my right hand, this hand, that was on the tricep, is gonna switch to this collar. So my right hand was on the tricep, it's gonna switch to the collar, and now I'm gonna let him turtle up. And as he turtles, my left hand that was on the back of his collar, this little horse collar grip, is gonna go to the mat, and we're gonna ride his hips up. But I'm always pulling this a little bit, just so I can control the pace in which his hips go up. Okay, so as his hips are going up, I'm gonna hold him down, and as I really want him to go, I'm gonna let him go as I slide my bottom hook inside. And now I can start using this collar to pull him back down and take the back. Okay, one more time, everything. In this position, we're pushing. He gives me that little switch. Go to the side. I switch my hand, thumb down. I grab the tricep. I start putting pressure forward. My knee drops to the mat. I start walking his hips up. I open my left knee. I trap. My knee inserts. I start walking around to control the side. And then I'm going to grab, first I'm going to keep this nice and tight. I start grabbing this horse collar in the back. I'm going to start putting pressure forward, forcing him to turtle. I switch to the collar. My knee comes up. And now I'm going to control his pace to turtle. So I don't want him to go too fast, so I'm going to control this, holding it nice and tight. And when I want him to go, I release a little bit and put my hand on the mat, bring my hook inside. I'm riding him up into the position. One more time. Any questions? One more time.
When you move your knees to make space to is when you wipe your leg to
Yeah.
block it. If he tries to follow, do you just take him out from it? Since your knee's not right behind his knees, if he like follows and pushes his legs out?
So normally from this position, I think I understand what you're saying. Like if he tries to bring me to the other side or like follow,
No,
is that what you mean?
when your knee goes open, like what if he extends his legs some? As soon as your knee goes,
I think it just helps me, like extend your legs. Like if he extends his legs, it's just gonna, I don't necessarily need to put it in this space. I can just jump around. Okay. I like to show every possible detail because I believe that's how it should be drilled. But of course in a match, it won't always end up like this. It won't always be so perfect. So just keep that in mind. When you're drilling positions, I like to drill them like to a T, but in a real life situation, it probably won't look like this unless you're just way better than the guy, right? But this is what you should strive for, and that's what I strive for. I strive for like perfection, but in striving for perfection, I'll end up somewhere close to that, right? So let's try this. You guys got it? One more time real quick, just so we don't forget anything. We're grabbing, we're pulling, he moves it to the other side. Let's try. 1, 2, 3.